Alright, hello everybody. We'll be doing one of the deck guides for the deck I used in the World Qualifiers, that is Nami Zoe. I changed a bit list. I'm testing Bastion instead of Salvage now. We'll talk shortly about cards and why they are here and what's their usage. Before the deck had 3 Zabs, but they are very awkward to use. Like often when you don't have Nami to play or Jelly, I call Shelly Jelly. When you don't have Nami to play or Jelly, you want to bluff that you can play a threat, forcing your opponent to upkeep mana often, which allows you to draw an extra card without getting too much pressure from the side of the opponent. The ideal start is turn 1 pass, turn 2 pass, turn 3 double trouble, into turn 4 gifts from beyond into Nami. That's the ideal start you can have because it levels up Nami, you have a weapon, and you not always go for it because you need to play play around stuff like Minimorph so your Nami doesn't get insta deleted. Like you can basically empty your mana on opponent's attack token up to 3, and when the second he taps below Minimorph, you play Nami, and when you blast all your burst spells before opponent has an action to play the Minimorph. So like you play cards even like Vigor before opponent has a chance to play. You don't wait with this, play it proactively to just get the buff from the Nami. And then it's not really worth for opponent to Minimorph her anyway. Minimorph the elusives that you buffed. Yeah, so double trouble is so you can empty your spell mana, and at the same time you develop the board. It's very good for this type of deck. If you don't draw double trouble, the other way to empty your spell mana on turn 3 is line them up into knock them down. It goes either phase or you just remove a unit, like Major, very good play. You can remove the 2-drop. Overall, double trouble is better. This is slightly worse, but still usable. If you'll be using Nami with the double line them up on the board, keep in mind the Keg doesn't get buffed because Nami has a word where she cannot buff immobile units, which Keg is. Mulligan wise, people often keep cards like Zoe, Double Trouble. You do not keep any card that is not Nami. You hard Mulligan almost every time for Nami. There are some exceptions from the rule. Let's say you play against currently there is a bug with the Shellfolk and Payday. You play against it, you can keep Zoe, you keep Starshot even if you don't have Nami, because you need Equinox for Shellfolk. Because if you don't draw Nami, you can't kill them fast enough and you just die. So it's fine to keep Zoe and Starshot in this type of match. And against most other decks, you just hard Mulligan for Nami. In the mirror match, Zoe turn 1, if you are attacking on turn 1, it's pretty nice because you get to get 2 swings, which results into getting 2 extra spells. 2 extra spells is actually in mirror massive because it helps push your elusives quite big, and on top of that you get premium cards like Moonsilver, you get Equinox, you get Stun, which is really nice for them. But again, if you don't have Nami, you cannot keep Zoe in. And deck has a lot of favorite matchups. Keep in mind, when opponent is obviously keeping a mana for his expensive removal like Nami, exploit it. Don't slam Nami hoping they don't have it. You can play your cheap units like Sparklefly, Zoe. Imagine you have 5 unit mana, just play Sparklefly. Keep 3 mana open. Play a Guiding Touch. Go to 1 spell mana and 3 unit mana, and the opponent will be burning 3 unit mana at this point because they are keeping their Minimorph, their attack token. Because if they don't, you develop Nami, you overbuff your elusives, it's game over for them. So it's very important not like even if you don't have Nami, to bluff that you have. And if you have her, don't slam her easily. Like blue. Also, try to avoid playing Nami into stuff like Revenant. Like against Caitlyn Draven, they're gonna play Revenant, they're attacking on 4. You want to pass in this spot. Their opponents should be passing back if they are good, but I faced maybe 1 player that passed against me when I'm passing with 6 mana, they have Revenant and they can push 6 damage and kill a unit with Revenant. They can't resist, they always attack. if you're watching this, most of your opponents, 99% of your opponents will attack, so you can just pass there. If they pass back, fine, because they cannot threaten your Nami. Testing Bastion, instead of Bastion you can play another Star Shard, you can play Salvage, you can play Astral Protection. I wanted to test Bone Skewer yet for a Nami protection, but again, I think one of Astral Protection or Bastion might be the best option so far. Bastion is most versatile because it can be utilized on the elusive as well. When you are attacking, opponent might have like cards like Quicksand, Minimorph. You don't have to worry about those. The most common matchups: Scion. Scion, if you draw Nami, it's a free win. They can't do anything about your Nami. The only thing they can do is just play Revenant and challenge your Nami, and yeah, you just play after their attack token Nami and you overbuff your units to the point where it's just game over. Against Draven Caitlyn, you have to outmaneuver in between their removal. I think the great game to watch for the Nami against Draven Caitlyn, you can go to the section of the tournament games, and there is my game against Navatix, I believe. I played Nami against Draven Caitlyn, and that was the game where I didn't have Nami, and then I had to maneuver around his removal to play her. Jelly is a great removal bait. That's why I run free off, because I need this card to bait out opponent's removal before I drop Nami sometimes. So you need free off. You cannot cut on this. Like sometimes you'll be just winning double trouble, double burble, jelly, buffing everything by one, and that's gonna be enough to win the games. You don't need to draw Nami. Like often people think that you need Nami to win the games. There's so many spots you can just win with Zoe level up, with Burblefish, with Jelly. Like there's so many win codes. And keep in mind you have a lot of cycle in the deck, because this is cycle card, because it makes your deck shorter when you play Crescendum. This is cycle, this is cycle, this is potentially cycle if you find a doggo. Yeah, you can get from Burblefish some nice stuff as well. The deck is not running out of the juice that fast, so you can stand up to even 10 rounds without Nami with this deck fairly well. Remember, bluffing is very important. People should be probably not playing around you having Nami. The only most efficient way to play around bluff Nami is just not to attack with Challenger and fast, because they don't lose tempo, they lose only face damage, which is fine. But losing mana and development tempo is way worse than losing face damage, because realistically, the deck that loses the face damage will be able to one-shot you anyway later on if they don't attack. So the attack they do is kind of irrelevant, because you have Guiding Touch, you have Sparkle Fly, which you can heal back anyway. So having a threat of attack token is way more valuable than developing a face damage. In terms of other matchups, Darkness is pretty easy. All you need to do is just play around their... They need to have Catalyzer on 2, that's first thing. Without Catalyzer on 2, they can't win. What you do they have to, like at the certain point, you just start developing threats like Sparklefly Zoe when they are keeping mana for a Minimorph. The second they develop, they go below the mana for Minimorph, you slam Nami. But you have to do it on their attack token. So you can slam the burst spells on your attack token. Because if you develop on your attack token and then opponent has the first action, they're just gonna open Minimorph. You can only do that if you have to ignore that the opponent can have Minimorph. You have to just assume they don't. Or you have double Nami and you don't care. So those are the two spots where you can ignore Minimorph, yeah? Based on attack token. Gameplay wise, we'll have a lot of gameplay. Like, we have 3 games uploaded on already on the YouTube, so if you are looking for the examples of what I'm talking here about, make sure you check the games. There are tournament games and there are from the ladder games from the Nami Zoe. Hope that helps out you guys a bit with the piloting the deck. If you need to know more about certain matchups or something else about the deck, yeah, just ask in the comment. We'll let you know. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video, and let us know what you think about that one. Kurwa mać!